Yeah, she is. That just arch enemy. Yeah. Yeah. That's that's cute. That's fucking cute. How y'all doing?
I'm great. I'm great. What's your
We
name?
good.
Cavase? Cavase?
Oh man, you know what I mean? I always smile when someone can get it on the first try. Like, yes, you're right, Cavase.
Cavase. Because my name is
Yeah,
Kaisha, so I just figured that's how
there
it's,
you go.
you know.
That's what I thought people were gonna do. Like, but they just, yeah, I've been called. Like, people had said, "Is it Kevin?" I'm like,
Where's the N at? Where's what?
yo, I've heard
Now
so many
now
crazy
what if you was
things.
trying to be fancy? You be like, my name is Kavache.
I've heard that too. I heard Kabachi.
Reg, what you
Wow.
talk about today on this review?
We just showing CDs and vinyls.
Oh yeah, this is the collection joint, right?
Yeah, I told you like 5 times already, but I don't think you ever listened.
Oh no, you didn't go there. You did.
I'm just
You did.
saying. I'm
And I
just
can't
saying.
use, smoking weed as an excuse as to why I don't remember because I don't even smoke. I don't even smoke. So maybe I just don't
Excuse me.
care about you enough. So I just I love you. I do.
I love you too.
Oh,
Too.
you just made me smile extra big, Reg. I would
For
take
I
and
made
put
you
my
smile
camera
extra
on,
big.
but I look like what is it, Kim Wayne's on damn In Living Color when she be the character that be telling everybody business. Cause I got my hair in rollers
Miss
right
Benita.
now. So yeah, Miss Benita. Yeah. Oh, whoa, sir! Please hurry up, put your shirt on. Like, what is going on? Don't nobody
I'm
want to
just
see a nipple. Like, and you live too? Like, what are you
I'm just
doing?
well shit.
Let's talk about the
Shit.
double standard. If I would have came on camera with my nipple out, they would have shut down the whole live.
Facts.
Not because they ugly nipples, just because you can't showing nipples when you're a female. Are you lighting up, Reg? You getting ready? You getting right?
Yeah, I'm getting it right. Yep.
Okay. Well, I just came in here to bother you a little bit because I don't have my collection ready, and uh to tell you that you're gonna lose um on Monday because I got some tricks up my sleeve. Um
Oh, what y'all doing? Y'all battling? What y'all doing?
well, I have my own show, Think Different TV. Quick plug. Think Different TV is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Think Different TV YouTube channel.
Okay.
And I do a TDTV Jeopardy at the end of my show. And Reg won this past Monday. I wasn't too happy about it because I hate giving him money.
Mm,
So yeah, you're going down, Buster. This
that's big.
Monday you're going down.
I'm in my new podcast space right now that I just moved in a few days ago, and I'm thinking about like a game show as well, and I can't. I'm trying to do something that has not been done yet, but
Yeah,
it's
don't
kind
steal
of
my idea. Let me see you. Give us a tour of the new space.
all right. It's not a lot going on. Let me see if I can maneuver. I can probably do it on my phone. Hold up. Let me see.
Reg, I'm sorry, I'm taking over your show real quick before I get
No,
off of
you
here.
good. I'm just waiting for try to come out and show
Try
the
to come in.
my
My
stuff.
buddy
I
tried.
can't expose my collection right now. Hold on. Let me cover that up.
Try be like he too good to be on my show now. He don't even come through to even be in the comments. He just doing his own thing. Whatever. That's what.
Enter in studio. Is it allowing me to come on?
He be on other podcasts and shit.
Yeah, yeah. You took him away from me. Thanks a lot. That was my buddy.
I took him away from you.
Yep, you did.
I think
Did.
I knew him longer before, but
Are you getting an invite,
okay, we'll just go.
Reg?
Who?
Are you getting an invite?
Invite?
Do you see any invites?
Yeah, I sent all the invites. I was on my way to work.
No, do you see one right now? Because I'm trying to enter this. I'm trying to enter it through my phone right now, and it just has me on hold.
An invite
Oh,
for
you
what?
trying to come in on a different camera so you can show
Right.
the studio. Okay.
Oh, hold on.
He probably backstage.
Do you want me to send? Oh no, I don't see you in the backstage. Nope.
Oh, it says
Let me
the
double check.
browser is blocked. Man, what the fuck? There we go.
But it was an honor. Taking your money.
Whatever. Anybody in the comments right now? I'm gonna just act like I didn't even hear that. You know, $20 ain't nothing because you know I'm a ball over here. I'm a boss, so you know, $20 to you. You know, I can help you get your little whatever. You know, but it ain't gonna happen no more.
Why won't let me use?
That's what you said last time.
I said it last time, and you didn't win the last week before you won this week. And you was playing by yourself.
It says I'm backstage.
I see you.
All right.
There
Yeah,
you
it's
go.
loading up. Give me.
Yay! So what's your
I can't even tell if
podcast
you're
gonna be
young.
about?
Let me hold on. It's going to be a hip hop podcast. It's going to talk about pretty much hip hop, lifestyle, and sports.
Trending topics, or you mean
No trending topics at all. I'm not doing that. It's more so catered to because I'm a music producer, so it's going to be catered to indie artists, like independent artists. There's going to be a lot of that. People telling their stories, and we might just talk about just random shit. Then it's also going to be about like just lifestyle. I'm a sneakerhead as well, so I'm really into sneakers and shit like that.
Oh man, how do you feel about Audrey? No, Audrey. Is it Audrey or Aubrey? I can't remember her name. Is it Aubrey or Audrey? The chick that was in Danity Kane.
Okay.
She talked about, you know, how in order to get her publishing from P. Diddy, he had her sign an NDA. And if she did not sign said NDA, she wouldn't get her publishing. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I do feel like Diddy did like it was really convenient for him to get everybody back their publishing. Now that's not really worth anything anymore. A lot of people are not really talking about that. They're just like, oh my God, Diddy's such a hero. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like Diddy's such a good guy. Diddy's such a hero. It's like, bro, he's been holding on these people's publishing for like 30, damn near 30 years. Like, and then he just finally gets it back when it's not worth anything. Now you guys are looking at him like he's doing something good. He's really not. It's just not worth anything anymore. So
well, I do agree that he did wait a long time to give them their publishing. I don't necessarily agree that it's worth nothing. There's still things that can be done with the music. If someone decides to cover it, if somebody decides they want to revamp it, use it in a remix, sample it, because that's all a lot of people do nowadays is sample shit, and they don't come up with their own creative they don't use their own creative juices. Oh, this spot look nice. Oh, you ain't got roaches or nothing. Oh, that looks so nice. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, it probably smell new too. I like space that smell new. That's where you're gonna be doing the interviews.
They're gonna be moved out because this is like where let me go on the outside of the room so you can see like that's where like all like couches gonna be for the podcast. So people are gonna like sit. Guests are gonna sit in couches. Get rug there, and on the back on the walls, be a giant projector where graphics are gonna be running. In the background, I'm gonna have a grass wall right here with neon signs, shit. It's gonna look crazy.
Ooh, grass wall. I love grass walls.
And yeah, this is just the table where you would do like just the interview style with the microphones and stuff hooked up onto the table.
Oh, you gonna be like Breakfast Club out this bitch.
Yeah, then you got I love the doors because it has the glass, the see-through stuff, and the hallway out here.
So that's where other people rent space.
Yep. Everybody.
It's soundproof.
Not really, but in my area, I picked a good spot where it's not too crowded back here and it doesn't make too much noise. So I'm on the second floor. So
what city are you in?
I'm in Charlotte.
You in Charlotte? Oh, it's like Red is in. Red, you in Charlotte too, right?
No, I'm in Raleigh.
Oh, you're in Raleigh. Okay, all right. Well, I'm in Philly, so the greatest city in the world. Should be its own state.
I know everybody in Philly says that. I mean, I've heard. I'm from Jersey, so I'm originally from Jersey. So.
Oh, what part of Jersey?
I know all about Philly. I'm from the Union County area. I live pretty much everywhere in Jersey and New York. So.
Oh, okay. That's why you got the accent. That's why I asked where you was from, because you don't got no Charlotte accent at all.
Oh, nah.
Red don't even really got a Charlotte accent either. He don't got really no Southern accent.
Because I'm not from Charlotte. I just said I'm from Raleigh, right?
I mean Raleigh, Charlotte, same difference. Raleigh, okay. All right.
Right. I don't think like Philly and Boston are the same, but you don't see me just going around just saying they're the same.
First of all, you told me to behave, right? I'm trying to respect you and behave. So don't even come at me like that, Reg, because we can fight.
I ain't coming to nobody.
Like, they squabbling out here.
I ain't coming for nobody. I'm just speaking facts.
Whatever. But yeah, the space looks really nice. I am excited to see what you do with your podcast. I think it's really important for independent artists to be able to tell their stories, like just their journeys, because that's what we're missing nowadays. It's hard to connect to an artist nowadays because all we get is like these singles real quick, and then they're like, stream my single, and then we don't even really know the artist right. Other than if they do some real crazy stuff, and then it's like all plastered everywhere because bad news always makes the news. And it's good to get people's because I did that for a while on my show. Remember, Reg, on Think Different TV, I had the independent artist spotlight and had did interviews. In the first season, I switched over and just started doing music videos of the weeks just so I could shorten the time of my show. But yeah, I think it's really important to get that because I'm an independent artist, and I always wanted to have a platform where independent artists felt safe to talk about anything. Nothing. They don't have to hold back anything. They don't have to be like, oh, well, can I speak about this? Can I speak about that? No, it's perfectly fine. Because I want people to really get a feel for the artist. And I think, honestly, that's what leads to an increase in sales, because when people can connect to you, that's the thing that we're missing now. We don't have a connection to any of these artists. That's why we like the song, but, I'm really not, if I can't connect to you, I'm really not. And then they don't even tell their story anymore in the music. They just talk about all the bad stuff. Well, I want to shoot up. I want to do this. I want to do that. Blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, well, we like storytelling. I personally like the storytelling. Hip hop artists telling their story about how they grew up, their upbringing. They don't do that anymore.
That's a huge part. Like like, connecting with your audience. And because I use one person as his example, AZ is not Nas because as nice as he is, we don't know who the fuck AZ is. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as we know AZ, we still really don't know who he is because he doesn't really show you who he is. He's kind of like chill. He's a little bit too cool. You know what I mean? Play in the background, just cool. You know what I'm saying? Nas, on the other hand, he kind of shows you he's more out there. You know what I'm saying? His personality is more out there and shit like that. So I think that plays a major part in people's successes. Definitely like your personality and, connecting with people pretty much, like, for real.
Yeah. What was you gonna say, Reg? I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Oh, okay. I think the biggest thing that got more sales for me when I started doing my show, Think Different TV, I already had an album that's been out for 5 years. And it started picking up more in sales because now I have a show where people can come and watch me and they can see me and see my personality and everything like that, and be able to converse with me on a different level. And then I'm like, I'm an artist too. They're like, oh, Snap, you're an artist? Oh, let me go check out your stuff. And then that's how, it's so crazy because who was talking about it? Philly Wonder Woman. Here in Philly, we have a woman named Philly Wonder Woman. Shout out to her. She talked about how these artists nowadays don't know the old method of getting their name out there. They just think that they could just jump on social media and that be it. They don't know how to hit the pavement and go out there and actually sell CDs, face to face to their customers. All they know is about streaming and all that other stuff. And she said it's crazy how these artists think that they can just get by nowadays just by being on social media and just saying, oh, well, I'm gonna just be on social media, just build my following up, and that's how I'm going to get sales and stuff like that. But they don't know how to do a concert. They don't know how to actually perform on the stage. They don't know how to bring that same energy. I'm sorry, every time Summer Walker performs, I'm falling asleep. There's nothing about her that is, that says, I said her name right, Streetwalker. I mean Summer Walker. She definitely, she doesn't bring it for me,
right, because you don't know nothing about it,
You don't know nothing about her, and also it's like her performances are so dry. You know who really catches my attention? Coco Jones. She catches my attention. She gets on the stage and she brings it. She's also on Bel Air. She also does other stuff outside of that, so she knows how to connect to people in different ways. So she's not just, oh, I'm just on social media, I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm just and she's not ratchet. She's definitely like pure.
Yeah.
She's kind of like how Brandy was before the hit and runs and get pregnant at a young age. Like Coco Jones is like the new it girl. Jasmine Sullivan. She also she brings it. She did get some backlash a while back when this gospel singer had passed away, and she tried to make it about her and was like, he tried to talk to me and I wish I had to talk to him, and and all this different stuff, and now he's gone. And it was like, chick, like this dude passed away, like, and you're talking about, people probably don't even remember that, but I remember it because I have a very good memory. Elephants don't forget. So it's just like Jasmine Sullivan, she's had her hits. You get what I'm saying? She's not really like the it girl, but then I was thinking about Jasmine Sullivan as in juxtaposition to Coco Jones, and Coco Jones kind of has the look. So I'm thinking that's why maybe she's getting a lot of the push out there, because she hasn't even been in the game that long, but she's getting a lot more push than Jasmine Sullivan, who's been in the game since she was like 11, 12 years old. And that's because Jasmine Sullivan doesn't have the look. That's another situation entirely. But they're two beautiful, talented sisters, and they are really the ones that I look to when I say, okay, R&B and hitting the pavement and doing stuff, Even though Jasmine Sullivan don't really be in Philly like that, and she from Philly, I be wondering about it, but whatever. she show up to do performances, but I don't really be seeing her like do like different stuff. But anyway, whatever. It is what it is. I guess maybe she figured ain't nothing really here. Philly is full of haters sometimes. Well, a lot of the time.
How does Philly feel about Jill Scott?
Oh, we love her.
Okay.
We love her. See, the thing about Jill Scott is she really showed Philly in a different light. Mm-hmm. Of course, this was like in the early 2000s. Okay, early 2000s. Dad, that's telling you how old I am. Because I remember seeing her in concert at the Electric Factory when I was in 8th grade. So it's like to see her grow. The only thing that I don't like is that she didn't really start getting a lot of attention until she did that thing with the mic. Then everybody was like, "Oh, huh?"
You think that's the only time she got like attention? Like, I thought she was
like. I mean, she was in Tyler Perry's movies and everything like that. But I mean, she caught a lot of the attention of a lot of men when she did that thing with the mic.
She definitely was novel.
He was like, she got my attention. You nasty.
I love Jill Scott. Like from the very first album when it came out, it was randomly. I was in my college. It was my freshman year at college, and I was in the cafeteria, and the DJ, and I was all the way in South Carolina at this time, and the DJ was playing this Jill Scott album, and I thought it was just so cool. I'm like, yo, this is mad chill. And then it was like Jill Scott. And I went to the CD store and bought that shit, man. And I've been a fan since then. I know that whole album by heart. Low key, I get on your nerves if you ever with me in that song.
No, you wouldn't get on my nerves because I love Jill Scott. Listen, I met her. I was in 8th grade. This is before the Electric Factory situation. I met her at her middle school alma mater because she was actually okay, I got you. I met her at the middle school alma mater, hers. She was doing a meet and greet, and DJ Jazz Jeff was there, and it was really dope. I actually stood up and asked her, you know, what is the inspiration for your songs and everything like that, and she said that's a really good question. And she said, well, I was a spoken word artist before, and then I just kind of gradually, you know, started to doing music and put my words to music and bringing my words to life. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. Like, and I had heard a song called 8 Minutes to Sunrise that she did with Common on the Wild Wild West cassette. Yes, I'm old. So I heard the Wild Wild West cassette. It was on the B-side. And it was like the last song. And I kept saying, I saw her name somewhere before. I was like, Jill Scott. Where did I see that before? And so I went back and listened to it. And so when I met her face to face, I got her autograph and everything like that. I had got a chance to sing for her when I was in 8th grade. But can you imagine, like, if I was to sing for her now, she'd probably be like, oh my gosh. But anyway, like I was young back then. So I was like, I still had some kinks to work out. What's up, Try?
Was good.
But yeah, met her. Then I told my dad all about her. He was like, okay, well, he was doing some work at the Electric Factory, got me some tickets. I took my best friend. We went up there and saw her in concert. Then we was like, whoa, this is not a concert for 13-year-olds. Because y'all think that stuff, the mic was new. No, she been doing that shit. But she been nasty, okay? And then I saw her again in Virginia, and I just kind of followed her career, and she's just always been amazing to me. I went to see her in concert in Philly. She always showed Philly in a really good light. She said that she want to give props to people in Philly because when they see her about, they don't rush her or treat her like a celebrity. They still treat her like, you know, Jilly from Philly, and show her love that way. And I know you about to start, so I'm going to hop off, Mr. Reg. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Make sure y'all check me out, Think Different TV on YouTube. Ooh. Also, I'm on the radio on Sundays, 5:15 p.m. I have In My Opinion with Think Different TV's LaShia on www.live975.com. Yeah, shameless plug. Shut up, Reg. But I love you guys. And so if you put your middle finger up at me one more time,
Go Giants.
I'll show you what you can do with that finger.
Go
Okay.
Giants.
What?
Go Giants.
Don't start. Try. Do not start. Do not start. You know my Eagles 2-0 right now. So
Ooh. They ain't going back.
what's Giants record?
We 1-1. We good though.
Oh yeah.
about
Because
to
y'all
win tomorrow.
suck. Y'all suck. We're gonna win the division again.
Mhm.
And we're gonna go all the way.
The lies you
We're gonna
tell.
get
The
our
lies you tell.
second ring. Giants suck. Okay. You know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. You know that, right?
Right. Yeah, okay.
You know that, right?
We gonna clip those Eagles wings this year though.
No, I doubt it highly. I doubt it. I doubt it. You keep dreaming.
Yeah.
You keep dreaming about it. And when you wake up,
Wait till we play
You will
yo.
know.
I'm gonna talk more shit. When we play yo and we beat you, I'm gonna talk more shit to you. You gonna hate me.
oh, that's why your reps stink so bad. You talking shit. Try and listen. We not going to have this back and forth right now because y'all gotta do this collection review.
It's okay. I'm gonna hit you up in DM and talk more shit. It's all good.
Whatever. Try. Are you gonna be on my show on Monday? You too good to be on my show now?
I've been busy, man. I've been busy.
You've been busy. Been busy doing what? Being a Giants
busy
fan,
guy, man. No, I'm kind of popular on social media now. You know.
Oh, okay. All right. I get it. You too good for me now. You too good for me now. It's okay. I still love you, Try.
No, it's not like that. I was just telling Reg, I'm like, Lashia got to throw in some Black History questions for us or something.
No, that's too easy for y'all. That's too easy for y'all. We gotta expand your knowledge. Why would I keep giving y'all questions about stuff that y'all know and not expand your minds and get y'all to learn something that y'all don't know?
Well, how do you know that we know the stuff? We don't tempt our mind state, if that makes sense.
It don't.
Right.
It don't.
Yes,
it don't make sense.
Yes,
right.
It do.
What you just said.
Yes, it do.
It doesn't.
Yes, you do. You're just trying to find a way to argue with my intelligence. That's why.
It doesn't. But anyway, guys, I gotta go take a powder. I gotta get up early in the morning and do some work and make. Yeah, take a powder. Go to sleep. What? Is that what it is?
Oh, okay.
Reg, put her link.
I don't get down with the booger sugar. You know what I was talking about. Golly, I hate you guys.
I said put her link in the private chat so I could follow her.
I got you.
All right. Thank you, Kavase, for being so nice. Reg and Try, I hate you guys. I swear I hate you guys.
I love you too.
Yeah, we love you too.
Mwah. Bye.
Bye. Peace. What's up, Try?
Barrow.
Yo.
What's goody, fellas?
Hey, where everybody at? Where BJ at?
So Ashley has got to go to sleep. I think she's working tomorrow. I don't know what she's doing.
BJ just being BJ, right? You can't show up.
Yeah, I thought Eric was going to show up, but I didn't get no response from him.
Did he get banned again?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
Mike said he's gonna come in a few minutes, so I guess it's gonna be 4 of us tonight.
All right.
Fuck it. Well, I'm ready to start whenever you guys are.
Let's go.
Alrighty. What's up, you two? We're back. Welcome to another episode of our collections. It's your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
Yo.
I got my homeboy from North Carolina, Kavase, with me. How you doing, boss?
Yeah, what's goody?
And I want to give a special shout out to my arch enemy, Lashia. You know, if y'all want to watch her loud ass, she's gonna be on Think Different TV. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I thought my volume was tripping and shit like that because my shit wasn't even that fucking high, but her voice just elevated like 4 notches on my speaker and stuff like that. So that's why whenever she was talking, I put my speakers down a little bit because you know how I can't even tell she was yelling. That was her inside voice, but
He just got a loud ass voice. That's all. None of the people out in Philly talk.
Yeah. You know, they talking like they in the passenger seat 24/7 shit, trying to order some McDonald's or some shit. Yeah, we love you. We love you too, Lashia. But yeah. So I'm gonna be real with you guys. I got a lot of albums to show. I plan on being live till like maybe 2:05 the latest. You know what I'm saying? What I don't show, you know how we always do, we can show it in the next videos. I already know I got albums coming after this fucking video is gonna be published. So yeah, let's get this shit started. And you know how we always
I might as well just get me out the way. Then y'all niggas got like fucking a whole record stores in y'all.
honestly
I got my little ass collection, bro.
honestly, the shit I got, man, is lesser than what I've had in the previous collection videos or stuff like that. But you know me, I always make shit work and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we know how we do. We're gonna show like two albums at once. We're gonna make sure everybody gets their just due. It's gonna start off with me. Then I'm jumping to Try. We're gonna run it back to Cavase. I'll talk shit to Lashio in the chat. You know how we always do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's get started. Let's see what's in this goodie bag. I'm gonna start with a CD first. Okay, got some rock music for y'all. I got Todd Rundgren with Something Anything. This came out in 1972. You know what I'm saying? Wow, collection video. I'm already starting rock music. Okay, whatever.
Wow.
Those who don't know who Todd Rundgren is, if I'm saying his last name right, I always fuck it up. He's a rock artist. He's very prolific and everything like that. He was in a lot of bands like Nas, Utopia. This was like one of his breakthrough albums. To be real with you, you know what I'm saying? It's like his third album he came out with. This album was known for songs like "Hello, It's Me." Yes, that same song. The Isley Brothers covered that one when Ron Isley said hello like 8 fucking times before the song actually begun and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? I Saw the Light. I love that song. Marlene, Breathless. You know what I'm saying? This shit's like a long ass album. It's like fucking 27 tracks on this fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, hold on. Wait a minute. The CD version. Oh shit. Oh no, I know they didn't. Oh wow. Okay, so then this is why I hate doing this when this shit happens. So the CD version cut some tracks out. I just now realized it because CD version has 13 tracks. So fuck that shit. But you know what? If I see the vinyl, I'll just get the vinyl again. But yeah, Todd Rundgren, very dope album. If you love that early 70s classic rock. Mike, what's good?
Yo, what's good, y'all?
That's good.
What's
Not
up?
much.
Hey, what's good? Hey, what's good?
What's good?
All right. Next album. I really just got this because it was cheap. And honestly, I needed a. We were talking about the Juice Crew, Cold Chillin' Records. I don't have any albums from this artist, but you know what? I'm gonna let the image just say it. It's MC Shan. Played
my
against
God.
Shan.
No, you did not. No, you did not. No, you did not buy that. And you gonna
Hey,
tell me that's
listen,
a good
it's a
album?
reason. There's a reason. Okay, this is not a good album, honestly. It's not a good
It's
album.
not. It's not.
But you know me, I like to get rare albums, hip hop wise, and shit like that.
Okay.
It has like 2 songs I like from this album. I Ran the
Only
Game.
2.
It was $2
And
too.
Time for Us to Defend Ourselves. Everything else. But I'm grateful I got this album because I'm not gonna. The album cover's kind of fly though. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? The album cover's kind of fly, but
Did you know,
You know,
MC Shan was one of the first people I ever saw use like something like this. I don't know if anybody y'all remember, like, but when like Zoom type stuff shit was going on, or like live streaming, even before Joe Buttons was doing it, that motherfucker was on like on one of these websites doing this shit, and I'm like,
yeah,
he was going crazy too.
I remember them days.
hmm
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You all know the story. He fell out with Marley Marl. You know, he did a lot of the production himself. You know, actually, yeah, he did. He produced his whole album with John Ficarrata, if I'm saying his last name right. But yeah, man, if you're a cold chilling juice head, I recommend you getting this. But if not, skip.
Don't get it.
It's easy skip.
So where you want me to go?
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I'm new to collecting, man. I just started my journey maybe about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago now. And I haven't been consistently collecting, so my collection is kind of small. But I like to get what I like to do with my collection is I like to get things of sentimental value, stuff that means something to me, maybe periods of time of my life or like stuff like that. So this is where my collection is going to lead me to. So the first one I'm going to come with is because I'm a music producer and I'm heavily inspired by Jay Dilla.
Oh, yes.
This was
Classic.
actually the first.
Classic.
This was actually the first of my collection, so that's why I'm starting this off with number one,
Nice.
Donuts. Jay Dilla is a great producer, man. One of my
Oh, yeah.
in my top five. And what is also very dope about this joint is he actually made this while he was sick on
Yeah.
his deathbed, pretty much. With the Beat Machine making this album. So this right here, Donuts, means a lot. You know what I mean? To me and just to hip hop in general for producers. So shout out to Jay Dilla, man.
This is what I like. You see a collector that just buys classics and he ain't buying shit to complete the collection like Reg does. Reg just buys shit just to complete the collection. Oh, I'm a completionist. Let me buy this horrible Jay-Z album. You know, you save money and you just buy this shit that you're gonna play for many decades and many years.
Sometimes I use a sample from a bad album. You never know. You never
Oh,
know.
yeah, you a producer too. I forgot. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So my second one is kind of like it's kind of within the same family because of certain things, certain time period. So the next one I'm gonna come with is a masterpiece in my opinion, and that's the D'Angelo.
Wow.
You know what
Off
I'm
the
saying?
bat, you got
Jesus.
classics right here, bro.
Masterpiece right here. I highly regard like classics too. You could call it classics, but for me, for my own personal ranking, like I even hold Masterpiece higher than just a classic. You know what I'm saying? Like this joint right here is fire. Musically, it's just ridiculous. There's so much going on, so much uniqueness and with the musical instruments on this album. And the reason why it's connected with the Jay Dilla is even though Jay Dilla didn't really produce this, but this is part of the Soulquarian movement that came out the the Electric Lady studio.
Jimi Hendrix,
yeah. And that was the Jimi Hendrix studio, I guess. And yeah, this is part of the whole Soulquarian movement with Jay Dilla and all the neo soul folks back in the early 2000s. So
and to think that Cannabis turned down the Devil's Pie beat. What was
Cannabis turned down the Devil's Pie, and everything leads to something, man. So like. That led to D'Angelo getting his hands on it, man, and just doing it justice. But I say that a lot to people. I'm like, yo, did you know that Cannabis turned down the fucking Devil's Pie? But
unbelievable.
I
remember hearing Primo tell that story, and he's like, Cannabis told him to make something else. Like, what? You don't have a classic to your name. Why could you turn down that beat?
Right.
You should have made.
That's how you can tell why certain people's careers go the way they go, because they just make poor decisions, man.
He should have made half his discography over again, honestly.
Jay Dilla, Donuts, D'Angelo, Voodoo.
Yo.
All right, try. Let's see what classics you got.
I got two albums that came out on the same day for Halloween. 2000, Outkast, Stakeonia.
Oh God.
Never had this. I finally completed my Outkast collection. I have all their albums now. Thank you, Reg. I think Reg got this for me, if I'm not mistaken. Great album. And you know what's crazy? When I first heard this, I didn't care for it except for a couple tracks. But this album grew on me like through the years, especially now that they like not even a group no more really. And seeing them on tour for this Stank on the tour, and they performed a lot of these songs. Red Velvet, one of my favorites, and We Love These Hoes, and So Fresh, So Clean, Bombs Over Baghdad, 5 My Classic. This did come out on Halloween of 2000, and I don't know if I showed this the last one. I don't think I did, but the Dynasty, Jay-Z, classic album.
Oh yeah, I see what you did there.
Yes, both came out on Halloween.
Yep.
Both, the anniversaries coming up for both of these albums. Classic album. I loved You Me, him and her. Love that beat. Stick to the script. Where Have You Been about the dads and all that. Classic album. I believe Eric sent me this. Shout out to Eric. So yeah.
The reason why I knew what you did with that based off of the dates is because I vividly remember in my freshman year of college, once again, because Jill Scott had came around that same time with her album. Those two albums, it was those two albums, Jill Scott and Cameron.
Right.
Cameron had just dropped his sex, drugs, and
SDE, yeah.
And I remember all those albums was being played in people's dorms nonstop that whole fall.
Definitely.
In the summer for it. Yeah.
Dope. All right, what you got, Mike?
All right, so I'm gonna show off 2 vinyls. And both of these are soundtracks. So like the first soundtrack, and y'all just reviewed this just not long ago. The Beverly Hills Cop one soundtrack.
Nice.
Yeah. This is, despite a couple of songs that wasn't even in the movie, but I think it's one of the best soundtracks of the 80s. You have Glenn Frey and Patti LaBelle, Pointer Sisters, and The System, and all that good stuff. So yeah, love the soundtrack, and I also love the movie too. The movie was great.
Classic, definitely.
And the next one is, I don't know if a lot of people like this movie or like know about this movie, but to me, this is a classic, and the movie is finally getting a 4K upgrade. But it is American Graffiti. American Graffiti. Yeah.
I just saw that on Netflix a couple months ago. I think it's good. I don't know if I would call it a classic though.
Yeah.
You feel like it's a classic?
It's up there. Like, remember we were talking about my I was going to do like 100 top movies of all time. Yeah, I will say it's it definitely makes, for me, it makes sense.
Okay.
But yeah, like I like the soundtrack. The soundtrack is nice. You have a lot of people on the soundtrack. The Beach Boys and Chuck Berry and etc. It's a lot, like a lot of songs. Yeah. So it's a pretty dope soundtrack.
What do you think, Reggie? Is it a classic to you? No. Borderline.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I never seen that movie as a whole,
right?
But I get why people like the movie. All I know about the movie was it was one of the influence for Happy Days, the TV show. Cause I think Ron Howard was in that movie.
Yeah, Ron Howard. Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, it took place in like the 50s or whatever. Yeah.
And I know, like when Cooley High, was I was watching the Cooley High Unsung episode, and they were trying to market Cooley High as like the Black American Graffiti, which I was like, nah.
That's a better movie to me. I love Cooley High.
That nigga, top 10 movie ever.
That's a great movie.
Yes.
Like what Big Daddy Kane said, I didn't cry when Odie Yeller died, but I damn cry when Cochise died. And so
not a movie, bro. Come on, how you kill
The way
Cochise,
they
man?
killed
Right.
Cochise. Oh, fuck, nigga.
I was mad when they killed him like that.
Yeah, like why?
He was about to be on his way, man. Shit.
Yeah,
But you know what they
But-
said? What is that? What's happening? What's like an influence of Cooley High?
yeah.
Because
It reminded me like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Eric Monty, who made What's Happening, he wrote Cooley High, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
And they were originally trying to do What's Happening as like the Cooley High TV show, but ABC was like, it was too dark, and the only actor that remained from that pilot was Ernest Lee Thomas,
Right.
who played
Roger. Yeah.
yeah.
I want to see that pilot. I want to see that shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's somewhere, but you know,
In the vaults. I mean,
Yeah,
copyrighted.
somewhere in the garbage in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Uh,
But they can show Big Bang Theory's pilot or whatever anywhere and shit like that.
oh God.
All right. Well, it's apparent to some people that I don't have no classics. So let's see what classics I have.
no, you got classics, but you also got shit to fill in the classics.
Hey, I got
You got the shit.
I got
You got rarities. China Dolls a rarity too.
The vinyl is a fucking rarity, nigga.
It is. You should use that as a
man.
coaster. That shouldn't be no rarity at all in nobody collection.
Well, I rolled up on it one time. And shit, so. Speaking of classics, it's unfortunate that my good sis Ashley is not here because she sent me this classic I've been wanting to get for the longest. It's fucking 3-6 Mafia with Mystic Styles.
Oh, that's a classic right there.
Wow.
Definitely. Horrorcore classic. Yes.
Yes, we reviewed this album like last year,
Yeah.
if I'm not
Like
mistaken.
like last year.
I think she got me the 2001 reissue. It's still sealed up though. Shit. Hold on. While I'm checking that out, this is 3-6 Mafia's first album. I know they came out with an EP called Smoked Out, Loped Out in 1994, which I need to get my hands on that shit too, but that's just stupid out of print. You guys know 3-6 Mafia, Juicy J, DJ Paul, Playa Fly, Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, a late great Gangsta Boo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh shit, she got me the OG copy. Oh fuck. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Oh shit. Okay, so anyway, because the 2001 reissue, that's like the more accessible version, and this version is like long out of print and everything, and it's still sealed up. Okay, but back to this album. Yeah, we talked about this album a while back ago. Very dope. I've always found this album very influential in the South, and people give it credit for, especially when it came to like horrorcore, crunk, trap. A lot of the beginnings came from this album, like Now I'm High Part 3. Come on now. Street Robbery, All or Nothing. One of the best diss tracks ever, Live by Your Rep, which I love Bone Thugs though, but actually read you reviewed. Thank you, Q, 2 years ago. Thank you, Q. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Anyway. Live by Your Rep, one of the best Bone Thugs diss ever. I love Bone Thugs, but that one and Tommy Wright's Thuggish Ruggish Busters.
Who you feel like has the better discography, 3-6 Mafia or Bone Thugs? Because to me, I love Bone, but I think they fell off after Thug World Order, and that was like even that was slept on.
Yeah, to me they fell off after the Resurrection. To be real with you, but I have to go with 3-6 Mafia if you count the affiliate albums as well too.
Sam said 3-6. You think 3-6? Do you think 3-6 fell off, or you think they had a better discography?
Are you asking me?
No, Sam said 3-6. I guess he's saying they had a better discography. I think so.
Yeah, but 3-6 fell off too after Most Known Unknown. Let's keep it a buck.
Right.
Let's keep it a buck. As a group,
Right.
Juicy J solo shit, I like it, but I'm not. He does too much of that trappy commercial shit. I'm just like, no, I want the Juicy J. This is the type of 3-6 Mafia I like. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, check out the review we did 2 years ago. So yeah. All right, let's see what classes I got coming up. Oh, by the way, thank you, Ashley, for that. Classics. Yeah, you can call this album a classic. It's the Commodore's Heroes. This album
I
came
don't
out
think I
in-
heard that one.
You didn't
What
hear
was the hits on that album?
Jesus is Love, Old Fashioned Love, Heroes.
Okay.
You know, we did a Discovery. I thought you heard some Discovery Breakdown. Or
That was a long time ago though. wait, Lionel Richie was still with them at that time?
yeah, this is like the second to last album he was with.
I
them.
believe, yeah. I think I like that album. I can't remember, man.
You did like.
We've done. Sometimes I'll be forgetting like what we talked about. Man.
Trust me, I get it. But I remembered you said you did like it.
Here she go with the no. We ain't not afraid of no Niners, yo. The Niners are beatable. The Niners are beatable. We're not afraid of the Niners, man. And even if we lose, Eagles not going back to the Super Bowl. Somebody else in the NFC East is gonna win. It's not gonna be the Philly. As long as it ain't Philly or Dallas, you know what I'm saying? I'm content with my Giants winning and making a wild card again. I don't even want the Redskins to win. Redskins are like 2-0 now. That's just crazy.
Oh God.
Jeez. Yeah, man.
She going back to bed just for that. She came out of bed just to say that.
She ain't going back to bed. All right. Anyway, before the sports discussion interrupted me. Anyway, so this is actually my second favorite Commodores album, next to the self-titled one for '77. This is when Lionel Richie, you know, he's really getting in his bag at this point of his career and shit like that too. I love songs like Heroes, Old Fashioned Love, which all my Beyonce fans, y'all should know about that track right there. She used that for Love on Top and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? Jesus is Love, you know, Wake Up Children. I mean, this was a very hot album, you know. This one, they got back to their funk bag after the disco shit. You know, I wish Kool and the Gang would take a lesson from them.
Here you go. Here you go.
But if you can find this out,
after Lionel left.
they did. I'm not arguing about that. All right, but that's all I have to show for right now.
You said her face is green and she's smiling. Why is your face green?
Because I compliment her ass. That's some shit.
That's why.
Yeah. Plus, she loves messing with me and shit. Because
Like
I'm the highlight of her day. I'm the highlight of her day, currently. So.
All right, so I guess it's my turn. Next two joints I'm coming with. First joint I'm gonna come off with is an artist, man, that caught me by surprise. One of my friends, you know, sometimes you got one of those friends that that you feel like that he just be naming artists and he's saying they dope just because they think you might not know who they are or some shit like that.
Right.
This was kind of like one of them friends. Like he was naming a whole bunch of dope artists and shit like that. I was like, man, you just saying his name just because I don't know about him or some shit. Like, so then he was like, nah, this person's dope. Go check him out. So I went and checked him out, man. And to this day, one of my favorite artists. That's Anderson .Paak, Malibu.
That's my favorite.
This is his best work today. Yeah. This is hands down. Whenever I recommend Anderson .Paak to somebody, I reference this album, Malibu.
Definitely.
You can listen to this literally from front to back, nonstop. Won't skip a song. Life hack: if you got a shorty coming through, you know what I mean? Like put this joint on front to back. You're not gonna have an issue. Not gonna have an issue if you play this joint.
That's what happened to me and shit.
You got a song on here featuring The Game called "Room in Here," which is very dope. There's also BJ the Chicago Kid is on here too. It's pretty dope. A lot of great songs on here. A lot of great music on here. It's one of my favorite albums in general, and this is definitely one of his best albums. So,
Heart Don't Stand a Chance. That was my joint.
Oh yeah.
What?
That's my shit.
Oh, that's your shit. Oh, yeah, that's my drink.
This one might be this next one might not be a classic to everybody, but this is an album that holds some type of sentimental value to me because in fifth grade, I believe, and it's crazy. It's kind of coming full circle. I did a show and tell, like one of my first show and tells in elementary school, and they wanted me to bring something in for show and tell. So I brought in this album which had a song on it, and what I did was I rapped it in front of class, fifth grade. And it's funny that I'm presenting this, show and tell right now, and this is Arrested Development.
Great album, definitely.
Arrested Development. The song Tennessee.
Yes.
When it came out, man, I was in love.
A big hit.
I was in love with that song, and my mother was the leader of a Black Student Union program in high school. So I learned a lot from my mother, as far as like being Black and proud, being a Black person, and being proud about it. So she would play this song a lot, and it just grew on me. So I ended up learning all the words. So what I did was I knew the words so good, like I brought in the album and I rapped it in front of the class.
That's dope.
That's why I'm bringing.
And they I always felt like because they got their Grammys for that album, that even people in Atlanta didn't really respect them until Outkast came out.
Right. Yeah.
That's a great album.
They're the early Atlanta. Yeah, for sure.
Early Atlanta. Yeah, it was them and Criss Cross.
So yeah, Arrested Development, man, and Anderson .Paak.
Yeah, Mr. Wendell, that was my joint too.
Oh yeah, Mr. Wendell,
I can't remember if I showed these the last one because it's been so damn long since we had one of these. But I got 2 rock albums. The first one is the debut from Audio Slave. Rest in peace to Chris Cornell. Audio Slave was like a rock group. They had like 2 or 3 albums, and Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine joined the group. You had Chris Cornell from Soundgarden. He was the lead singer. He passed away a couple years ago. But this was a great album. You had the hit single Like a Stone. You had joints like Light My Way and Getaway Car. Great alternative album. I believe I got this after the last collection vid. That's what I'm showing it now. I can't remember, but I think I got this after the last collection vid. So that's Audio Slave first album. And we did a review on this album, U2 Zooropa. One of my favorite U2 albums. It was their most eclectic, alternative sounding album. You had some EDM in that on this album. They had Johnny Cash is on The Wanderer on the last song. Rest in peace to Johnny Cash. You had joints like Lemon, which was one of my favorites, and Numb was a single. The title track Zooropa, Dirty Day. This was definitely a dope album. And I'm not a huge U2 fan, but this is like the first time I listened to their album when this came out in '93. They did reissue the album this year because it's like 30 years for this album. So they reissued it on like colored vinyl, and I think they got like some B-sides on it and remixes. So yeah, U2 Zooropa.
Well, she just said sing one of the songs.
Sing one of the songs? I'm not Drake. I can't sing. What you mean?
All right, so I got a CD that I'm gonna show off. I just bought this. Actually, I just bought this last week. Actually, it is Billy Ocean's Greatest Hits.
Oh, I don't know. The Greatest Hits?
Yeah, the great.
I never heard that. The only hits he got was what? He had Caribbean Queen and what's the other joint he had?
Suddenly,
yeah.
Boy.
I don't know nothing else on that other than those two songs.
Get out of my dreams, get into my car. Stuff like that. Yeah. He's on it.
Billy Ocean.
Yeah. You said what? Go ahead, Mitch.
I hate that song suddenly.
Oh, not this again.
And he's the one that wanted to do the album review on Billy Ocean.
First of all, I want to do it just so I can get to know Billy Ocean's music.
Okay, and you
got. I gave the album a good review, did I?
Huh?
I gave the
I
album
don't
a good
remember.
review.
I don't remember what you gave it. I know I gave it a good review.
I said 4 mics.
4 mics? Oh, okay.
Shit.
But you don't like this. You don't like Suddenly. And Suddenly was on that album, right? The first one.
It was on one of those. I think it's the second album.
Yeah.
But
Oh Lord. All right, and the next one on show, it's a movie, of course. I know I showed this out, but I got the 45th anniversary of Saturday Night Fever.
One classic.
yes.
Love that movie.
John Travolta's first Oscar-nominated performance, and of course, besides Welcome Back, Kotter, his breakout role, in the movie world besides Carrie. But yeah, this is a classic. One of the best movies of the 70s. One of the best movies of all time. The soundtrack is good. The movie itself is really good.
Yeah. I forgot he was in Carrie. He was Carrie's date.
Yes.
I forgot all about that.
Yep, he was in that, yeah.
All righty. Yo, that Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, man. Shit.
Yes.
Still a classic.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite reviews we've done this year, to be real with you.
Yeah. That was good.
All right. Let me go back to my goodie bag. Somebody give me a Questlove drum break, man. I ain't gonna show that album yet. No.
You got something bad in there. I already know.
I'm trying to show a rarity this time. Hold
A
on.
rarity?
Yeah. You know what? I'll show a certain album. So this album I got in my collection. I like this artist. I love this album. Yeah, I thought I can go with that. Alexander O'Neal's Hearsay.
Okay. Dope.
Yes.
Wow, I ain't
She's
heard
a
that.
fake.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
one of my
man,
favorite songs. Fake.
Yes. Yes, man. Alexander O'Neal, the original lead singer at the time before he got kicked out by Prince. That's another story for a different day. This is his second studio album. I got the first album, the self-titled album, which that one was pretty good. But this is the one right here. This is his magnum opus. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
Yeah.
So it came out with 7 singles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Came out with 7 singles. So the first single was they came out with Fake, Criticized, Never Knew Love Like This, The Lovers, What Can I Say to Make You Love Me, Hearsay 89, and Sunshine. So thing with this album was like a concept album and everything like that, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much him trying to make love to a woman. That's pretty much the whole concept album is. Tells a whole fucking story, like, he has songs like What Can I Say to Make You Love Me when he writes the girl in his room. Next thing you know it, he has a song called Fake where he's talking about a fucking groupie and some shit like that. This was around the time when MJ did Dirty Diana. So, both of them, that's when groupies was really starting to be more talked about and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, this is a very, very, very dope album. Highly recommended if you love that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis production. Alexander O'Neal. My music knowledge is raining today because some people think I don't have no music knowledge and shit. But hey,
Who says that? Who said that to you?
oh no, one of Lashia's friends and shit like that because I wanted the Jeopardy about Pink and shit. So I got a rock album. I never thought I would actually have this album because I never actually cared for this artist at first. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna hold it. This actually, when I heard this album, this actually made me get it when it comes to this artist. Bob Dylan, Blonde on Blonde.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Reggie Thompson actually has a Bob Dylan album.
Yeah.
After 10 years
Not
off
a
this
fan,
channel.
not a fan
Bob,
of Bob Dylan.
I would
Well,
never thought in years.
I'm not a fan of his singing. I'm not a
Yeah.
fan of his
Yeah.
singing. I like his songwriting and his art.
He always sounded like he was whining. It's just enough for me.
No, when Rolling Stone put him ahead of Marvin Gaye in the original top 100 greatest singers list, keyword the original, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What? I had to pull a try. What? I had to pull a try for him.
Oh, yeah.
But this album and Blood on My Blood, I think that's the one that's called Blood on My Track, some shit like that from '76. His best albums. You know, this is an Edward McKay purchase. I got this for like $3, which I was surprised because I usually see this album for way more than that. Look at the way he's singing. Look at the way he's sitting down and shit. Anyway, this album came out with singles like "One of Us Must Know," "Sooner or Later," "Rainy Day Woman" number 12 and 35, "Pleasure My Time," "I Want You," "Just Like a Woman," and "Leopard Skin P.O. Box Hat. Yeah, interesting song titles. So yeah, this one, he was still in this like electric period, you know, with bringing it all back home, Highway 61. He ended it off with this album. This is a very great album. I feel like this is like his magnum opus. You know what I'm saying? Pleasure My Time, that's my fucking shit. One of Us Must Know, Sooner or Later. Rainy Day Woman, aka Everybody Must Get Stoned. I mean, it's a psychedelic folk.
Did Cypress Hills sample that from him for Temples of Boom?
I don't think so.
Everybody Must Get Stoned because they got like that title song. Okay.
No, I don't think so. But it's crazy because after this album came out, he was in a motorcycle accident, which he kind of prevented him from doing more music during the '60s. He was doing music. He was still doing music in the '60s, but like he was working with like the band and everything like that. You know, they were working on that basement tapes and shit too. But this album, highly recommended. Must have your collection.
Thanks. All right, man. So yeah, I'll show you like 4 albums already. I've yet to give you like a pure hip hop album. So that's why I tend to do right now, man. Give you some real hip hop. So I'm gonna start this out with no other man than.
Woo! Nice.
You know the stakes is high, man. You know the stakes is high when you messing with De La Soul, man. Hey, man. Let me say this, man. When this album, when I was young, I did like De La Soul. I really appreciate De La Soul. I liked them as a group. But I'm not gonna front and I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I didn't really listen to them. Like I didn't go out my way to like listen to their albums. It wasn't until I became an adult to like really appreciate what they did. You know what I'm saying? As a group, and just with bars and lyrics. Even though as a kid I did remember liking songs they came out with, but like I said, I never went out my way to like listen to an album until I was an adult. So I had to reach back once I was mature enough to understand what they was talking about and what they was doing. I had to reach back for this, man. To me, I mean, others might have other better albums from De La Soul, but to me, this is my favorite album from them. Strictly because the Stakes is High was so crazy to me.
Yeah.
There's other songs on this album too as well, but Stakes is High is really what got it for me.
That was great. That was one of the best. You know, at least you're honest about, you know, not being a diehard fan from day one. You know what I'm saying? Because you know they had their diehard fans. I was a diehard fan from them. But then like the same way that you said about De La, that's how I was with Diggable Planets. Like when they first album came out, like a lot of their shit that they were saying went over my head. And I didn't appreciate that first album until like many years later.
Right, man. So yeah, 50 years of hip hop. Rest in peace, Dave. True legends of the game right here, man. Ill MCs, barticians, bro. Like they give you bars, do not sleep, and they will kick your ass apparently. don't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? They not just some geeks or nerds, man. They'll beat you up.
Oh yeah.
So
You ever heard about the story about how Naughty by Nature and De La Soul got into it?
No, I never.
Yeah, in that intro track, I think they threw a shot at Naughty by Nature, or Tretch thought it was a shot at them, and apparently Tretch came to one of their shows, put the hands on Pasta and stuff like that, apparently, and it was a scuffle and shit.
Yeah. Label mates too, on the same label.
And
that is Tommy Boy.
with that being said, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like somebody's mother might have needed, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Well, they might have needed their mama's gun. You know what I'm saying? They might have needed their mama's gun. You know what I'm saying? Somebody
Nigga, you got some gems, nigga. Hold up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You got gems.
He had the best shit right now.
Erykah Badu is in the building. I love Neo Soul. I don't know if I like it more than rap or not. Like it's kind of like a 1A, 1B for me. I spend a lot of my time listening to Neo Soul and Erykah Badu. From what I remember, she's probably the first person that got me into it. Listening to it. This right here, like the last album that I showed you with De La Soul, the single on the last album for De La Soul was produced by Jay Dilla, which is the first record I played for you. And on this album, the single Didn't You Know was produced by Jay Dilla as well. So yeah, this joint is dope. There's songs like Orange Moon on this joint, Green Eyes on this joint. Like it's like weird songs like that I really fuck with. I'm a big fan of this album and a big fan of Erykah Badu. One of the least few artists that I actually have their whole collection, over the years. So Mama's Gun, Erykah Badu.
A lot of our albums are out of print now too.
Yeah, you could really like nowadays you can only find her first album, Baduism, and
I was surprised I found a copy of Worldwide Underground. I was like, shit, this is a rare as fuck. Cause I think all I'm missing is one album. I think the joint from 2010, the one with Windows C. That's the only one I'm missing. Yeah. But I love your collection so far, Vase, man.
Yeah, man, he killing it right now. I'm not with it.
Yeah, man. I mean, I gotta tip my hat. I gotta tip my hat and shit like that.
You see, Reg, straight classics. He ain't got no filler.
Now wait a minute. Now wait a minute. Just because I tip my hat, you remember how I told you I saved the best of the lot.
You said the best for last? Okay.
Yes, I saved the best for last. What I'm giving y'all is the appetizers. Then we're gonna go to the main course, and then we're gonna go to the desserts and shit. You know what I'm saying?
But
I'm gonna let you
this album, I don't know if I showed this album again. I can't remember. I believe I got this after the last collection rip, but this was Linkin Park's remix album, Recharged, from 2013, and you had some remixes from Rick Rubin on here and Money Mark, and you had Pusha T's on this album. He's on the I'll Be Gone remix. You had Bun B on the Roads on Travel remix. Who else is on here? You had it was okay. It wasn't a great remix album. I still prefer. I think the songs on Living Things were better. I don't really feel like a lot of those songs needed to be remixed, but it was a nice little remix album, and I love Linkin Park. They're like probably my favorite alternative group, all time. But just the fact that Pusha T did a remix of them was just dope, and Bun B on it. So this is Linkin Park Recharged, and I just got this from Reg. We did a review on this group. I never had no albums from them until now. Stetsasonic. What's the name of this shit again? I forgot the name of this shit. What's the name of this? In Full Gear. My bad. Yeah. The hit single was Talking All That Jazz. They had what other joints? They had Sally. Sally was my joint. Float On. Stet Troopers. Definitely a great album. Daddy O, great producer. You know, I think it's always been like a underrated rap group. You know, with Bobby Simmons and all the other members and Fuquan as well. And yeah, this was a great album.
Don't forget your favorite song though.
Talking all that jazz.
No, I'm the old
Oh,
dad.
the reggae shit. Nah, I don't like that reggae joint. They fucked up with that song. I don't like that one.
La 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 la. It was when motherfuckers started doing la 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 la.
Nah, they were obsessed with trying to do reggae, and not everybody could do that.
Yeah, like when Steven Seagal tried to do reggae, bro.
Nah, Steven Seagal, wasn't he? What? No. I don't even remember that one.
Ponytail Club bouncer Steven Seagal, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Oh God. All right. So the first movie I'm gonna show off, and this is an underrated classic, and I'm glad that this got like a 4K upgrade. It is Serpico.
Serpico. That was dope.
Serpico, yeah.
I feel like I've seen that before.
Yeah, Al Pacino's, I believe, second Oscar nomination.
Yeah.
This one I need to rewatch again, but I remember watching it. It was some few years ago, and I thought the movie was great, but I liked it, but I need to again like rewatch it. So, but yeah, I'm glad that I got like a 4K upgrade. And then the next one is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's the best one to me. The one from 71, right?
Yep.
That's the best one to me. I don't like none of the other sequels.
Yeah. Like Texas 2 was okay, but the anything after that was it. But this one to me, it's always gonna be my number one. You know what I'm saying? And I think this one came out like sometime like earlier this year, like the Steelbook and then the slip cover. But yeah, I had to grab it though. Like I know when I first watched it, like I was skeptical because it's like, all right, why they call this the Texas Chainsaw Massacre? But I don't know, for some reason, like I don't want to give away the ending, but I don't know. I died laughing at the end. So like this movie kind of like sold me. So I was like, all right, I gotta own this in my collection.
Yeah, the best one is from 74, the OG one.
Yeah,
it was almost like a snuff film. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it was terrifying, and he's going after the only survivor left, the female.
Yeah,
and then she ends up coming back in the reboot on Netflix from last year.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like already old as hell.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
Yeah, I didn't care for that one. They tried to they rebooted it, but they made it for like this generation now.
I don't know. Some movies like that, like they just need to alone. Like they, it just went, to me personally, like it wouldn't work in this generation. Like the 2003 one, that one was fair. I liked it, but I wasn't in love with it.
Right. I went to see that one too. That was the one with Jessica Biel.
Yes.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. That one was pretty good. And then they did another one, but they kept rebooting the whole franchise.
Why?
I don't know. Even last year's own, like they tried to like connect that one to the original and bringing back the female from the first one.
Right.
And then she ends up getting killed in like 5 minutes. And the one good scene that I liked was the bus scene.
Yeah.
Where like he got on the bus and he killed everybody on the bus. That's like the best scene in the whole movie.
Oh wow.
Okay. Got you. I like that. So this is one of the ones Try influenced me to pick up and stuff.
Something good, I hope.
Well, two of them, excuse me. I know one
Two?
of them. I don't think you've heard of one of them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? By the way, Rayshawn, I sent you the invite. I don't know if you still want to come on and stuff. I already sent you the invite and stuff, but oh well. I'm already having fun anyway. But since you love 80s pop and everything, I got a joint. It's a one hit. I was thinking about getting me some one hit wonder albums. If it's good, keyword. And I don't know what to really. This one has some joints though, but I got it because it might be a novelty to some people, but I don't give a fuck. Michael Damian, where do we go from here?
Who's
Ooh.
that? Who's that?
Ooh.
I never heard of him.
He's an actor from The Young and the Restless.
Oh, that's why I don't know him. I know I didn't influence you to buy that shit. I'm like, who the fuck is
Yes, you
that?
did.
Ooh.
Yes, you did, because you be loving 80s pop.
I
You
love
love
80s
80s
pop.
pop.
But
And I'm trying to get me some. I'm trying to get me some more 80s pop in my collection and shit.
He's 80s pop. What did
Yeah,
he do?
this came out in '89.
I never.
That
heard
song "Rock On."
Ah, that song
Which one?
Rock On, yeah.
Yeah, it was a cover track and shit. He had songs like "Straight from My Heart," "Photograph," and stuff like that too. You know what I'm saying?
Is he alive?
Review on this anytime soon. But if you do, I don't know what to see. Just say I'm on drugs. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm not listening
No.
to that.
Yeah, Rock On, yeah. I liked Rock On. Didn't he do it?
Yeah,
Didn't he do that in the episode of Young and the Restless?
yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
But it was only 95 cents on bargain. So
95 cents. Wow.
Wow.
Holy
like I
shit.
said, thank
You're buying
Trop.
anything.
The other album tried influenced me on getting Goody Mob Still Standing.
Ah, now that's a good album. That's a good album. I don't even got that one, but
You
I
said
gotta
what?
get Goody back. Now that you reminded me, I had to go get the first album.
Mm,
Soul Food.
yeah. This is the second album. My opinion, this might be controversial. The last great album, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
I
might-
agree. I agree.
I might cause some controversy, but you know what?
No, that's
Alex
not
Moore-
controversial. Because Roll Party was not good. That was not a good album.
What was that one with the monkey? One less monkey to go or some shit.
One
where
less,
they
that
was-
was a shot at the CeeLo. After CeeLo had left or whatever, that wasn't a good album either.
Yeah, no monkey, no show or some shit.
One monkey don't stop the show
Yeah,
or something like
One
that.
monkey don't stop. the
Yeah.
show.
that was a joint. I'm like, man, maybe y'all need to see CeeLo.
They needed CeeLo. They needed CeeLo.
I also understand that CeeLo was wilding out.
Yeah.
Doing his
Yeah,
own.
this was before his fat ass was sexually abusing girls and shit.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh my god, let me not get suspended. Let me not. But yeah, this album came out 3 years after Soul Food. This was known for singles called "They Don't Dance No More" and "Black Eyes Sky High." This was known for joints like "Beautiful Skin." Love that joint. "Gutter Butter" was pretty good. It's kind of crazy too because the last song, "Still Standing," was like a rock song, and I was not expecting that from Goody Mob. You know what I'm saying? It kind of reminded me when KRS-One had that rock song from "I Got Next" and shit like that. I was just like, okay. I was like, okay, y'all. Yeah, I know the reggae is getting played out, but come on now. Come on. But yeah, man, this was a very good album. Expect a review on this album one day and everything like that too. Yeah, this was the second to last album before CeeLo left the first time. Because I did not care for Party, all that other shit.
Man,
Shit.
all right. So my next two joints, these next two are gonna pretty much be like a battle of album covers. I feel like, you know what I'm saying. And it's crazy. You had brought up Goody Mob. It made it easy for me to transition right into
Oh yes,
my personal favorite.
that's my favorite
Oh wow.
too. Yeah,
And it's crazy because these two albums on the show is kind of identical because, well, first, obviously, you know, look at the album cover. Like the drawings is fire, but it's also comparison. Well, I'll get into that when I show the next one. But yeah, this is my personal. Actually, I know everybody likes Aquemini,
Yeah.
and they hold that as high regards as like their best album. But to me, it's Ancient Aliens. This album is flawless in my opinion. I got the 25th anniversary of it.
Nice.
So this is like the
Color
fat
vinyl?
one, the double jammy, and yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, got this bad boy, and yeah, you know, from the insides, I don't know if y'all remember, but you know, the CD had the naked girl with
right.
the pitch out.
Billy Bush and all that, yeah.
Yeah, so this everything was very unique with this album when it came out in '96. I remember buying this. I believe this and OGC
The Storm.
Storm album had came out like the same week, maybe, or maybe I just bought it at the same time.
Yeah.
But I remember playing those albums at the same time and fell in love with this one. There's a lot of bangers on here: Elevators, Jazzy Bell,
Yes.
what is it, the Babylon joint that I really fuck with.
That was dope.
Great album. So the next one, the reason why I say it's a comparison is because this is another joint that's not really, people don't really call it like the best album, but to me is my favorite album of them.
Right.
And
Oh yeah.
that is Tribe Called Quest, man.
Solid album.
A lot of
That's
people do
an
not
underrated
like this album. I do not know why it receives so much hate. A lot of people hate what's his name? Why am I drawing
Q-Tip?
Consequence
Oh,
for some
Consequence,
reason. I have no idea why. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought he did great. I was actually like kind of confused once I learned that people hated this album. I thought it was a great album. This also was produced heavily with Jay Dilla.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of great songs on this album. Stressed Out was one of my favorite songs and still is one of my favorite songs to this day. It's just a real good feel-good album. I remember the year, actually this is 96 too.
96, yeah.
Summer 96. I remember playing this album all summer. This was played all summer, and yeah, really enjoyed this joint. Yeah, Battle of the Two, the two illest, one of the two illest.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one. I love both of them. Both of those albums. I think with the Tribe album, because they brought in Consequence, and people didn't know him at that time, so it was like, who's this new guy in this in the group? And a lot of the songs were more Q-Tip driven. Like he was already telling us, yo, I'm going solo. He was already telling us with this album, and I think that's maybe the reason. But this album was still solid. It got nominated for a Grammy that year. You know, I enjoyed it. I don't think it's. I don't think people mention it with Midnight Marauders and The Loin Theory, but it's a solid album.
Yeah, my thing is like, okay, you might not know who Consequence is, but
right.
I mean, maybe just to me, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing in the world because I was so shocked when people said they thought he's whack. I'm like, what? What's wrong with him?
Whack. He is dope. I think, but at that time, being that Tip and Fife were beefing, and I think them just throwing him in the group like that and nobody knowing who he was. See, they wasn't dropping mixtapes back then, so we didn't know who he was. We're just like, oh, who's this new guy? That's Q-Tip's cousin, and he's already in the group and he's on the album on, you know, a couple of tracks. It's similar to like when Nature debuted with The Firm. We didn't know who Nature was at that time, and we know The Firm with Cormega. Cormega wasn't on the album, and you had Nature taking his place, and I think that's another reason why that Firm album didn't do good.
Yeah, well, I just never looked at it like that. I guess I just remember just hearing the album and just hearing somebody on it with them, and I'm like, oh, this is dope.
Oh, it's dope, but it's like when you hear joints like Can I Kick It, Bonita Applebum, Check the Rhyme, though, you know what I'm saying, Scenario, those are classics, and Q-Tip and Fife had great chemistry. And then when you throw in Consequence on this album now, it kind of like the chemistry is off because, you know, you got Tip on a lot of the tracks with Consequence and Fife. I don't really feel like that was Fife's best album, like MC wise.
Really? I don't know. I have to go back and listen now because I think he did hella good on that album.
Like he was still Fife, but there was something missing, and I don't know. Like you could tell, like there was something going on with the group at that time.
You know what it was, in my opinion? I feel like with Fife, you know, not really being fully present in the studio, and Tip and Consequence were making the album, I felt like he just phoned a lot of those verses in because I know you're not the only one that thought that. Because when I first heard Beats, Rhymes, and Life, I'm not gonna hold you. I thought it was good, but I knew it was not touching the first three.
Right.
In my honest opinion, and it's kind of messed up how they did Five at that time. I'm not gonna hold it. It's kind of messed up because I was watching that overrated documentary. Yeah, I said it.
But overrated? Why is it overrated?
Overrated? Why is it overrated?
Because they focus way too much on the beef than the music.
But that's what that was a major part of this group, though.
That's the thing. It was a major part, but it should be an equal balance. It should be an equal balance.
I mean, I felt like it was equal. I mean, if you look at it, if Tip don't go solo, then what happens to Tribe? Do they make another album? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to go solo, and he became a solo artist. You know, after they stopped doing the albums after the Love Movement. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like that was a major ongoing thing within the group, and I think at that point, Phife was sick, right, in '96, and he had moved to Atlanta. So it was like after Midnight Marauders, it was like everything started to crumble with that group.
Yeah,
I loved it. I thought it was a great documentary.
Respect. And it's just like, with JD being a new producer at the time and everything, and him and Q-Tip doing the Umna, I feel like people weren't used to production because if you listen to the album, it wasn't as jazzy.
Right.
I mean, it had some jazz in it, but at the same time, it was more ambient and everything like that, if that makes sense. And honestly, the production, I love the production. It was just like, I just felt like they were testing the waters with that. I feel like they needed to have like a soundtrack placement or promotional single just to get them ready for that sound. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like with Heavy D, when we talk about You Can't See What I Can See, and then 2 years later he came out with Blue Funk. I felt like that was genius the way they promoted that shit, saying like, hey, you like this hardcore Heavy D, come and check out the new album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. I agree. That probably would have been better if they had introduced Consequence on the soundtrack or something, and not just throw him on this album. Like, who the hell is this guy?
Right.
But I never thought he was whack. He's a dope MC.
Yeah, I was like, what? People don't like this album? I'm like, this is one of my favorite albums ever. Like, just period.
Hey, Sean, what's good?
Hello.
That's good.
What's up, Ray?
But yeah, do y'all mind if I do my last two?
Yeah.
Real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, boss.
I gotta get up out of here and drive home. I'll be listening to while I'm driving home. But,
okay.
So my last two. I'm gonna start out with. Let me start out with this one. And I know Reg has this one because I remember watching him showing this collection before, and I was like, oh man, I got that. That's something I got. And it's good old Miles Davis, man.
Yes.
Fire.
That's classic.
Man. Yeah, man. Classic joint right here, man. There's a lot of abstract stuff going on right here, man. Especially with the shit. You could say this can battle the other two album covers I just showed you as well, man.
Yeah.
Really good painting. And
nice.
Artistic trade going on in here. So this is brewing, Miles Davis. And we're just gonna end it off with you know what I'm saying? Money, Power, Respect.
Ooh.
The Locks. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Money, Power, Respect, The Locks, man. One of the best hip hop groups of all time. I cannot find We Are the Streets for the life of me. That must be out of print.
That is out of print.
I have not seen that anywhere. I've only seen the Bad Boy edition of The Locks, which was a pretty decent album. I'm not sure if it's a classic. I don't know if people regard this as a classic or not, but it does have this classic song, self-titled Money, Power, Respect. And it is kind of a classic in its own regards because it's The Locks, man. And it's the beginnings, humble beginnings with the Bad Boy, P. Diddy, and all that. This is also a 25th anniversary edition.
Nice.
Of the joint. So
I love it.
That's
See,
my
this is how you collect, people. When you start your collection, you get classics, shit that you're gonna play forever.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Don't just get shit because you see, oh, it's $1. No. Sometimes you gotta go all out for that $50 and buy classic shit. It's worth it.
Well, if you get shit that's $1 and you've actually heard it and you still want to get it for $1,
Well, that's different.
Then
But
this-
if it's $1 and it's a whack album, don't just get it because it's $1. You know what I'm saying?
but at the same time, if you want to actually get something from the album and you still enjoy some stuff, then you can still get it. But I hear what you're saying at the same time.
You're just telling people to waste their money, basically.
You're just throwing subliminals at the same time.
No, I'm not. I'm saying if I'm buying an album on vinyl, it is going to be any album, whether it's cassette, CD, whatever. I'm looking for classic shit that I could play forever. Not shit I'm gonna play once in the blue. You know. And that goes for movies too, because I see a lot of movie collectors that they buy shit and they never watch it. I'm like, why do y'all waste money on shit that you're never gonna watch? I never could understand that theory. You know?
That's stupid.
All right, I got a couple singles. This I picked up like back in May. Shout out to Rotten Island Records in the city in Manhattan. Shout out to the owner. They follow me on Instagram, and he was nice enough to give me free records. I ain't have to pay for shit. All of this is free, just because he fucked with me and he's like, yo, you're a dope hip hop head. I'll follow you, and you can take the shit for free. So I picked up Fat Joe. This is the Shit Is Real Primo remix.
Okay.
With the different remixes on here. Love this joint. Love the video for this. This is Fat Joe, DITC Fat Joe. This is the Fat Joe that I love, not that Cool and Dre Fat Joe. Classic Fat Joe right here. And I know Reg got this on vinyl also. J. Will Damager, You Can't Stop the Prophet, Pete Rock remix.
Oh man.
With the hype sticker. I love it.
Oh man.
Classic. One of my favorite Pete Rock remixes ever. This is why this man is my favorite producer ever. And that whole album, The Sunrises in the East, is a classic as well.
I've been looking for that. I don't know if anybody got that, but I've been looking for that.
Yeah, this shit was like $5. So I know the Fat Joe one was 15, but I got this shit for free. So I'm gonna have to take you next time you come to New York. I'll take you to that record store. It's in Chinatown.
I bet, man. I'm about to switch over. Reg, let me in on the Kai joint. I'm about to switch over because I'm about to get up out of here.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but it says devices is not connected at the moment. Well, I'm trying to do that. I'm gonna have Mike show his next up, and then I'm gonna jump on to Ray Sean.
Mike, you muted.
Okay, so I don't know if I showed this off in the last one, but Carrie.
Classic film.
Love that.
Yep, Carrie. Sissy Spacek, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think she was nominated for an Oscar for this movie. This is one of my favorite movies. Love the production, love the story. Sissy Spacek's performance was great in this movie. So yeah, I love it.
Chris got what she deserved in that film.
Oh, easily.
I'm like, goodbye, bitch.
Yeah.
Right. It's like that was one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite moments of the film too. I'm like, all right, just kill her off, please. Like she's just annoying.
Right.
And don't forget that slap scene.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
And
She
then
was overbearing too.
oh, easily. Yeah, and then another one. A lot of people say this movie's a classic, but in my honest opinion, I need to watch it at least one or two more times. But Poltergeist.
Another classic. I love it.
Yeah. I've watched this movie probably like maybe 2 or 3 times. I liked it, but I need to go back and visit it. But it's too for me, yeah, like for me personally, it's too early to say if it's a you know, in my opinion, if it's a classic, but I
Mm-hmm.
understand why people say that this is a classic.
Now, what's the difference with that cover? 'Cause I know there's another cover with the father outside of the house when the stuff is happening. What's the difference with both of those covers?
Okay, so this is like the Steelbook edition.
Okay.
So they picked. I don't, you know, honestly, I don't know why they kind of like picked this particular like. I don't know why, but
Right.
you have a slipcover edition, and then you have the Steelbook. I went on ahead and just went on ahead and got the Steelbook edition because I do collect Steelbooks,
Right.
but I don't know. Like me personally, they should just with like the regular, like the cover. I mean, you would think, especially
Right.
on Steelbook, but they just went with this option, which you know, I can't really. Excuse me, I can't be mad, but at the same time, it's like, you should have just stuck with like the classic.
Yeah.
So, but
And
yeah, huh?
and for Dartmouth asks, he wants to know what is the difference? How much better is 4K versus regular DVDs?
Well, 4K's is higher resolution. So, well, in order to experience that, you need a 4K TV and a 4K DVD player. So to like even experience that, but like it is a higher like resolution.
Mm-hmm.
If
you could definitely tell the difference because I just got a 4K TV over the summer. It's definitely different from watching the regular ones, even the Blu-rays. And but you can also use like a game console to play the 4Ks. I know the Xbox One plays it. I believe the PS5 plays them too. So you can use the game consoles if you don't want to get a 4K player.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
Who's next? Rayshawn? Rayshawn, you next. What you got?
All right. So we're gonna go to Britain. We're going with a famous EDM group, Prodigy, the Fatherland.
Oh, nice.
Yep. This came out in 1997 of June 30th, and this is how you do EDM, like the right way, and not like one of these artists that just do EDM just for the sake of it.
Right. I thought they were a rock group though.
No, they're EDM, like EDM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do have rock in their music, but they're strictly EDM.
Yeah.
And this the art cover.
Nice.
Yep. It gives you that grunge Gorillaz vibe to it.
Yeah.
It got the track list is Smack My Bitch Up, Breathe, Diesel Power, Funky Shit, Serial Thriller, Minefields, Narayan, Firestarter, Climatize, and Feel My Fire. So overall, a classic album by a very talented British EDM group. Nice. Rest in peace to Keith Flint.
Sam said Breathe is his favorite song.
Yep. Classic right there. And another classic I have is Stone Temple Pilots' Purple.
Nice. Okay.
And very dope alternative rock group. And you got tracks like Meat Plow, Vaseline, Loungefly, Interstate Love Song, Still Remains, Pretty Penny, Silver Gun Superman, Big Empty, Unglued, Army Ants, and Kitchenware and Candy Sores. Yeah, Candy Sores.
I'm not familiar with all this stuff. I remember when Chester Bennington joined that group, and I listened. They had like an EP out with Chester at that time. That's the only one I listened to from them, but I'm not familiar with all the other records though.
Yeah, but this is a very fire album, very very fire album, and must have it in your collection if you're a true alternative rock fan.
Say Sam says a classic already.
Yep. And oh, and by the way, this is all for my dad's CD case.
Okay.
Yep, he got a CD case. And another one I have is the Rare Rock tracks.
Nice.
Yep. This one is basically like 11 previously unreleased performances. So basically, they're live. It's like live performances.
Okay.
Yeah. The track listing is Santana's Toussaint Leo Overture, Tell Mama with Janis Joplin, which is a cover of Tell Mama by Etta James, Cheap Trick with Big Eyes, Taj Mahal, Cakewalk into Town, Sly and the Family Stone, My Lady, Ted Nugent, Great White Buffalo, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Shake and Bake, Eddie Money, Baby Hold On, Earth, Wind and Fire, In the Stone, Johnny Winter with Edgar Winter, Tell the Truth, and Bob Dylan, Cold Iron Bound.
Another Bob Dylan song.
Yep.
Okay.
Very good CD. And when this was a long time ago, but when me and my family were in Myrtle Beach and we heard this Janis Joplin song, we were laughing our butts off to this song because we never understood what Janis Joplin was saying. So it was very funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Reg, what you got?
Got you. Hold on. All right. I got this when I was in Virginia.
Okay.
The secret vinyl shop that, oh, my camera's not on. The secret vinyl store that only open on Saturdays. It's his Akon with his first album, Trouble.
Akon. Where he been?
This album, shoot, in Africa making money. This album came out June 29, 2004. You know what I'm saying? This one, I remember when Locked Up first came out, man. That was a big song back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy because they originally wanted Lonely to be the first single, but his label, SRC, wanted him to break out in the streets before he became a crossover artist and shit. You know what I'm saying? I wish they can give that lesson to these rappers today, but that's another story for a different day. But yeah, man, I'm not gonna lie, Akon, he got some heat though. This is a very dope album. You know what I'm saying? This has things like Locked Up, Ghetto, Pot of Gold was pretty good. I never cared for Lonely. I'm gonna be real with you. I never cared for that song. I hated the beat. I hated the sample.
Right.
Gangsta was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. This one was a very, very, very dope song. Dope album. I'm more of a fan of Convicted, that one that came out 2 years after this one, but if I can get my hands on the album, I would. All right, so this is gonna be the last appetizer before we get to the main course. This is gonna be De La Soul. I mean, not the De La Soul. Delphonics. Their first album, La La Means I Love You.
Nice.
It's out in 1968. You know what I'm saying? I got this at Carolina Soul. Shout out to them, by the way. Delphonics, the late great William Hart, Major Harris, Randy King, Wilbur Hart. Major Harris was a later member. Excuse me on that. But yeah, man. This is a vintage Philadelphia soul right here. Shout out to Philadelphia. Lashia, you know, if you're still awake, shout out to Philadelphia. You know, I'm giving love to Philly. Don't say I never gave love to Philly. Anyway, this is known for songs like La La Means I Love You, Hurt So Bad, Alfie. Look, you know, typical 60s album, you know, they have the cover songs as well as the original songs. my favorite song, "Break Your Promise." Oh my god, that was a dope song, and it's crazy too because that song was written through a perspective of like a soldier going to the army, like the Vietnam War and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, very 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 great album. Must have in your collection. And yes, I've heard this album before too.
Okay.
I know of Akon songs, but I was never i- in a rush to buy his albums.
Yeah, I feel you on that. All
It's
right,
my
try
go.
what you got.
All right, I
Yo,
got
go.
another vinyl singles. One of my favorite remixes ever. Jodeci Freaking You remix with Ghost Brain Ghost. Uptown MCA, love it. One
Dope.
of the best. Might be my favorite R&B remix ever. I think Rain Ghost killed it on here. And that was from the show, the after party, the hotel. Classic. I got the remix, Wyclef Gone Till November remix with Cannabis and R. Kelly and Destiny's Child. Love this remix. This is the Making Runs remix, they call it. Classic remix from the Carnival, his best album. Yeah, those are my two.
All right, my go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is the last two I'm gonna show before I get off of here. But
All right.
one of them is a classic 1988 horror film, Child's Play.
Yes.
Classic.
Oh,
Yes.
This is a classic right here.
Chucky when he was really evil.
Yes, yes. This is Chucky done right. I still gotta watch the second and the third one. I heard mixed things about, but this will either way it goes. Like this will always be like my number one like Child's Play movie out of all the Child's Plays.
Yeah.
And
Part two has it's become a classic. It has like a cult following now.
Yeah,
I love
that's-
part three.
Actually, I love part two.
Yeah.
Part two was good.
I love part
like
two
part
was
three
good.
because part three was when Andy went into like military school. He was like grown up,
yeah,
and Chucky followed him out there and was
Yeah.
causing havoc and shit. That was good too.
yeah. Well, with that being since you guys said part two is a classic, this is what I have in my collection.
Yo,
I remember
yo,
that one. That was good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was good.
I want to watch this one. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I mean, I don't think in my honest opinion, I don't think it's gonna be as great as the first one, but you know, at the same time, like I like the first one.
Yeah.
I need to watch the second and the third, and then I like Bride of Chucky. I'm not gonna hold you.
Body Chucky was good. I like that.
That was good. But
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
Chucky after that, you can forget it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Raymond wasn't see the Chucky. I remember that one.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get into any of the Bride or Chucky joints at
I kind of
all.
like the Chucky. It was bad, but it was just
Yeah.
It's like
fun to
it's like a
watch.
good bad or a bad good
A
kind
good
of
bad.
thing.
It's kind of like so bad, but it's good kind of way.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't take itself too seriously.
yeah.
All right.
All
Let's show what you got.
All right. We're gonna go back to the '90s, but with this soundtrack, and it's from a very famous dark fantasy film, and this is the one and only The Crow soundtrack.
Oh,
classic.
that's a good one.
Ooh.
The Crow.
good.
This one is known for "Burn" by The Cure, "Golgotha Tenement Blues" by Machines of Loving Grace, "Big Empty" by Stone Pilots, "Dead Souls" by Nine Inch Nails, "Darkness" by Rage Against the Machine, "Color Me Once" by Violent Femmes, "Ghostwriter" by Roland's Band, "Milk Toast" by Helmet, "The Badge" by Pantera, "Slip Slide Melting" by For Love Not Lisa, Out of the Flesh by My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult, Snake Driver by the Jesus and Mary Chain, Time Baby 3 by Medicine, and last but not least, It Can't Rain All the Time by James Siberi.
Oh,
Classic soundtrack by one of the famous superhero films of the 90s. The Crow soundtrack must have in your collection.
nice.
And another classic album I have, and I'm going to show two of these by a very famous musician, is none other than Prince's Purple Rain
Oh yeah,
and Love Symbol.
nice.
Yep. Two classic albums by one of the famous versatile legends of the mall, Prince. Rest in peace to the king of just funk and R&B and soul music. And for Purple Rain, you got tracks like Let's Go Crazy, To Be With You, the Beautiful Ones, Computer Blue, Dawn and Nikki, When Doves Cry, I Would Die For You, Baby I'm a Star, and Purple Rain. And when the day he died, everyone was crying, particularly because my mom is also a fan of Prince.
Mm-hmm.
And when she said when he made that rain, at the Super Bowl, when he made the rain purple, like Purple Rain,
Right.
yeah, very dope, very very dope artist. Rest in peace, Prince. And then Love Symbol, you have tracks like My Name Is Prince, Sexy MF, Love to the Nines, The Morning Papers, The Max, the Seg, the Seg interlude, Blue Light, I Want to Melt With You, Sweet Baby, The Continental, Damn You, Arrogance, The Flow, Seven, and God Created Woman, Three Chains of Gold, Segu, another interlude, and The Sacrifice of Victor.
Yep.
So, yeah, two great albums. Rest in peace, Prince.
R.I.P. All right, y'all. I'm gonna stay on for another 15 minutes.
All right.
I know I got a lot. I'm not gonna get through all of this before the video's over. Try, how many you got left?
Let's see. 3, 4. I got like four records left in Blu-ray.
Okay. Mike, how many you got left? You said you got 2 more movies left?
Yeah, I got 2 of them.
Okay. Rayshawn, how much you got left?
I can do like 2 more.
Okay. We'll get through. I think we'll get through everybody before 2:18. All right, cool.
Yeah.
So now we're going to get to the main course. I want to give a shout out to Eric for this one because, for one, he surprised the hell out of me because he actually came to the review we did of this particular artist. And 2, this is a very underrated album. It's UGK Super Tight. This album came out in 1994, August 30th to be exact. You guys should know who UGK are, Bun B and the late great Pimp C. You know what I'm saying? Very, very, very dope album. This was known for singles like It's Supposed to Bubble. That was a single. Gotta double check. I think that was the only single. Hold on. Oh no, Front Back Side to Side was a single as well too. Very, very dope. I love the live instrumentation on this album. They got like the meters, Leo, No Centelli on this joint right here too. You know, you got a little organ played throughout this whole album as well too, which I felt like that was pretty original, especially when it came to like Southern hip hop and whatnot. Hip hop in general and shit too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. My favorite album from UGK. I love songs like Underground was pretty good. It's Supposed to Bubble from Backside to Side was dope. Pussy Got Me Dizzy. You know, Bumby and Pimp C, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Thank you, Eric, for this one. Definitely gonna do a review on this one day. Next album. This is one of the rarest R&B albums I got in my collection. This one is a blind buy. I do admit that, but I've heard some songs from this artist. Is Jerry Butler, The Spice of Life. This album came out. Who is Jerry Butler?
Yeah, who's Jerry Butler?
Who is Jerry Butler?
I don't. The name that not ringing no bells for me right now. Who's Jerry Butler? Is he somebody important that I'm supposed to know?
Yes, he did work with Curtis Mayfield. He was part of the Impressions. A lot of great soul songs.
I listened to Curtis Mayfield. I didn't listen to the Impressions.
How do you know? You said what?
Oh wow.
Wow.
I said try to give you a hard time, man.
I'm just like, who is that? I'm like, is he somebody important? I didn't listen to the Impressions.
He is important. He's a fucking Iceman, nigga. One of the greatest soul singers.
George Gervin is Iceman to me.
I like Jerry Butler. He's good.
Yeah. You ever heard the song "Only the Strong Survive"? Only the strong.
I can't remember.
Before Elvis ruined that song, but
oh God, don't even remind me.
Elvis was like, "Only the strong."
My the same thing. What you mean?
What you mean? You said what?
I said Mobb Deep said the same thing on Survival of the Fittest.
Anyway, but yeah, I gotta educate who Jerry Butler is just in case.
Yes, please do.
R&B soul singer and songwriter. He was originally a member of the Impressions. You know, before he left, like around I think 1960, 61. The song "For Your Precious Love" has been called one of the first soul ballads of all time. You know, he done songs like "He Will Break Your Heart." He wrote for Otis Redding. You know what I'm saying? He had a lot of great soul albums in the 60s and 70s. A lot of fans have called this one of his best albums. You know what I'm saying? This was actually a double album in R&B in 1972, which was pretty rare at the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he looks like he's trying to sell me some raspberries. I don't know why,
he looked like an older version of James Harden.
Wow.
The disrespect for Jerry Butler right now is unmatched. Anyway, singles this album was known for. This is what happened when I try to educate Black history, Lashia. I Only Have Eyes for You, which that was a cover of the Flamingos track.
Oh, I know that
Close
song.
to You.
I know that song. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah,
but you said that was a cover song though.
He covered it. He covered
it. Okay.
Yeah. Close to You.
We're just not familiar
which was
with
a cover. Which was a cover of the Carpenters song, and One Night Affair, which was actually an original joint. A lot of rappers have sampled from this album too. You know what I'm saying? So
the Flamingos version was better. I like the Flamingos.
It was. Yeah, it was better. I love that version. I honestly, I love the Zapp and Roger version from '85. I love that version.
If you don't know this song I'm talking about, the Fugees sampled that for Xelox. It was, I believe.
Yes, sir.
On the score, yeah, they sampled that. So.
Yes, sir. In my opinion, that's like one of the first psychedelic songs in memory. Yeah. But
I believe they also played that in American Graffiti, Mike, if I'm not mistaken.
They did.
Yeah,
they did.
They did.
See, I know this nigga.
Anyway, good job. This is Jerry Butler's Spice of Life. This album is long out of print, but if you can find this joint, must have in your collection. I think I have another Jerry Butler album. I think it's The Iceman Coming. I think I have.
Dubma said he's saying she was a gypsy woman.
I never heard that joint before, believe it or not.
Is that unreleased?
Oh, I've heard that. I've heard that song. She was a gypsy woman. Yeah, I've heard that one.
Look at y'all putting me on to some Jerry Butler. Just to let y'all know, after y'all show y'all, I'm gonna just have y'all show the rest of y'all shit. I'm gonna show 4 more albums. I'm gonna call tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go try. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just show the rest of what?
Yeah, just show the rest. I'm gonna show my last 4, then I'm gonna show the rest maybe this weekend.
All right, now this group, I was surprised to find this on vinyl. This was supposed to be a super group, and they never came out with an album for whatever reason, but they did have a couple of singles. And this was, I want to say this was like end of the 90s, early 2000s, but this was Diamond D, Sadat X, and the girl, her name is Kamari, and they had a super group called The Omen. Yeah, The Omen.
What the hell was this?
This kid, yo, I remember I think hiphopsite.com before he got shut down back in the 2000s. They had a single called Do It Now and Get On Up, and they were planning a super group. They were working on an album. The album never came out, but I was lucky enough to find the single in the stores. This is rare. It's probably a shitload of money online. And I remember when they were doing the album, it never came out. Like I said, I believe there's an EP for this as well. But this is dope. I wish they would. It's from Fat Beats also. Shout out to Fat Beats. I wish they would have come out with a full album together. I never heard of Kamari. Never heard nothing from her. I don't know where she is now, so don't ask me. But Diamond D and Sadat X from their legends from Brand Nubian and DITC. Produced by Diamond D as well. So hopefully at some point we get that Omen album if it's ever released. This is another album. I mentioned this to Reg. This album is highly out of print, and this group was on Def Jam. They released one album, and I think it's highly underrated. And I managed to find this for like only $35. This is CRU, the Dirty 30.
Ooh.
Wow.
Remember Crew with Yogi. I forgot the other dude name in the group. Yogi is a producer. He went on to do stuff with Bad Boy in the 2000s. They had a song called Just Another Day and Bubbling. That was on college radio back in the 90s. But they only released one album. But definitely it was a banging album. Like I said, it's out of print. I don't know if I showed this. I want to say I showed this. I'm not sure. I think I don't even know who the fuck sent me this. I think it was DJ that sent me this. Oh, was it Reg? You sent me this? The Kid and Play joint?
Yes, I did.
Okay, Kid and Play Face the Nation. I actually had this on CD back in the day. This is their last album as a group. Definitely a banger. They had the Next Question. That was like the Uncle Luke diss record when they had beef with Uncle Luke and 2 Live Crew, and we had some joints. Ain't Gonna Hurt Nobody. That was the big hit single off of here. We had Bills at the Door, produced by Pete Rock. This was definitely an underrated Kid and Play album. Definitely enjoyed it. Thanks, Reg. And shout out to Pure Rap Podcast. Follow them on YouTube. They had a vinyl giveaway. I think this is the second one I won. I want to say the second one I won on there. This is the OG copy of Freddie Gibbs and Madlib Pinata with the Tiger Stripes on it. I have the other version with the 70s cover, but this is the OG copy. And this is a banger. You had joints like Thuggin and Deeper, one of my favorites. Harold's, that was a single as well. Classic album. So thanks again, Pure Rapcast. And I got from Eric, I got the Blu-ray for the 1979 horror film Dracula with Frank Langella.
Oh,
classic. I love this Dracula version. Y'all know the story of Dracula.
Yeah, we all know.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite. Bram Stoker's Dracula to me is the best Dracula one ever, but I think this is right up there with Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Ooh.
Highly underrated. I used to watch this when when TNT used to have like the Monster Crush every Halloween. They used to do like a Halloween marathon, and they showed a lot of classic movies like this. So thanks again, Eric, for this. Appreciate it. I'm gonna definitely do a review on this on my channel coming up in October.
That's awesome. I never heard of the 1970.
Yeah. Just check the Dracula 79 movie was good.
If we do a review on that 1979 Dracula, let me on that shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Welcome to come, Ray Sean and Mike. Welcome to join us too.
All right, for sure.
Yo, Kaveh said Try went crazy on this round.
Nah, he went crazy. He had the gems of the night, man. For sure.
Oh man. All right, so this movie that a lot of people say is a classic. I'm gonna give it one more chance. And since I'm a big fan of John Hughes films. It is Ferris Bueller's Day Off on
classic.
Yep.
That's my favorite Matthew Broderick film ever. Like
No.
that and Godzilla. I like the Godzilla version too with him.
Oh, the one in 98.
Yeah, 98 Godzilla.
Yeah, a lot, and a lot of people give it bad reputation, but you know what? I take that over the 2014 one. I'm sorry.
Really? You didn't like that one? Oh, wow.
I hated it. You know what? My main problem with that 2014 one was the casting. I didn't
You didn't like Bryan Cranston in it?
He shouldn't have gotten killed off. I liked him in that. He was just a waste of talent. He was surrounded by people who couldn't act. Elizabeth Olsen couldn't act.
Really? You're not a fan of her at all?
No, I'm not a fan.
Wow. I thought she was good in WandaVision.
Oh God, no.
You didn't like that?
No. If I had to
Never seen it.
If I have to listen to Elizabeth Olsen's acting, I would go crazy. I'll be in her acting is just her acting ability. It's just it's horrible. I like it's not one movie that she was in that I'm like, oh wow, she is great in this movie. Not
the thing I like about that one was they set up the universe now for like Godzilla and King Kong.
Yeah.
You know, Sam said WandaVision is over. I didn't like WandaVision at first, the way it started off with the black and white sitcoms, but I thought it was good, like the way that they ended it off.
Yeah, I've heard good things about the show.
Yeah, it's good.
But another one that I want to show off. Last one I showed off is Roadhouse.
Roadhouse, classic.
I'm
gonna like Roadhouse, Reg? What?
Bro, I didn't like Ferris Bueller's Day Off or Roadhouse.
Oh man,
get out!
What was he watching?
I'm like,
what was he watching, man?
No, but I'm gonna say this though.
Young and Restless.
Right.
Oh yeah, I love the Young and Restless. Dude, that's my shit. But no, I'm gonna say this though. The best, if you're looking for the best 4K transfer, I highly, highly recommend getting Roadhouse. And when I tell you, what was the company? Vinegar Syndrome, they cleaned up nicely with the transfer. So
it looks especially when you look at that all the brawls at the bar, it looks totally different in 4K.
Yes. I highly recommend anybody getting this. I don't know if I think this is out of, I'm not sure if this is out of print though.
Right.
But if it is, I'm honestly, it's one of the greatest transfers, one of the best movies of the 80s. And that's just my eyes.
Definitely. What's that?
That's the Secret of NIMH. That's what the film looks like.
Okay.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Well, Roadhouse is about, some good old fashioned ball brawls, and they hire Patrick Swayze's character Dalton to clean up, to be like the bouncers out of the for the trashy clubs, and he moves to this town with they need a bouncer, and he cleans up the place, but you got like the guy of town, he has all the power and the money, and people are afraid of him, and he goes head to head with that guy, and it was great. It's definitely a classic.
Patrick Swayze, he was really good in that one, and
Yeah,
and this
he
is
was.
when he was just taking off.
Yeah,
At this point,
I never saw the hype of Patrick Swayze.
but
well, I ain't like all his films. I love Ghost.
No.
I thought he was great in Ghost, and I thought
He
he was
was
great in
great.
House. Yeah,
Ghost was good, but
Ghost was
Dirty
great.
Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. You didn't like Dirty Dancing?
Nah.
I loved it.
It was just white people falling in love dancing. What's well, I'm just saying, like some of these movies America calls classics. I
Yeah,
sometimes have
the
to
Outsiders. How you feel about the Outsiders? Because he was in that.
He was in there, yeah.
That was
Yeah, he
good.
played the older
Outsiders
brother.
was good.
Yeah, that was good.
Shit.
Yeah, with the Secret of Nim, try watch the first film.
Okay.
Yeah, watch the first film because the second one or the sequel, don't bother watching it because it fucked everything up. Yeah, because it lacked the gritty, dark atmosphere that the first film had.
Right.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
yeah, so for these last ones, I'm gonna fight through them. So we're gonna go with a very underrated pop singer from Def Jam Recordings, and we're gonna go with Alicia Cara with her first album, Know It All.
I heard that one. That was like in the 2010s that came out.
Yeah, 2015.
Yeah.
Nigga,
That was when she was like around a teenager. Yeah. So Alicia Cara, very very underrated pop singer from Canada. She's also of Italian descent, and the track listing are 17, Here, Outlaws, I'm Yours, Four Pink Walls, Wild Things, Stone featuring Sebastian Cole, Overdose, Stars, Scars to You're Beautiful, the Here, the 2 a.m. version, River of Tears, and My Song. Very dope album. And I also heard some songs off of her other albums, like Pains of Growing and In the Meantime. Like very, very dope artist. And another artist that I also reviewed on my channel is Martika's Kitchen.
Oh,
yep, Martika.
Who is that?
Step by step, hot that girl.
Toy
Martika,
Soldier.
yeah, that Martika.
Oh, the Toy
Yeah.
Soldier girl. Okay.
Yeah, the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was my shit though.
Wow.
Hell
Yep.
yeah.
This-
I don't know nothing else from her.
yeah.
Same.
She's very, 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 very very underrated.
I agree.
Similar to Debbie and Tiffany. Well, yeah,
Ew.
Debbie and Tiffany. Yeah,
They were
So-
one-hit wonders though.
yeah. So with
Debbie Gibson,
Martika Kitchen, you got songs like Martika's Kitchen, with written by Prince, Spirit, Love That'll Be Done, also written by Prince, A Magical Place, Colored Kisses, Safe in the Arms of Love, Pride and Prejudice, Timothy Forever, Temptation, Don't Say You Love Me, Broken Heart, and Me Yada.
That was like a Prince album.
Right? He
Yeah,
must have been sleeping with her.
Stop it.
I mean, Prince did. I mean, Prince was famous.
Yeah.
When he wrote songs for Sheila E.,
Easton.
Time, Family,
Yeah.
Sheena Easton. So it's no secret that he wrote songs for Martika.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a very dope album. Very underrated.
True. That's dope.
All right. So everybody showed what they had to show.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Before we start, one movie I call a classic and nobody calls a classic, Street Smart, with Morgan Freeman and Christopher Reeves. What y'all know about that?
I don't know it. So I never even heard of it.
Morgan
What year was
Freeman,
that?
Too busy.
87.
You know what? 87. Y'all too busy watching Patrick Swayze's Dirty Dancing ass and shit.
Oh my god.
You know, it's funny.
If you no, you good.
No, I was going to say, it's funny you mentioned Street Spawn because I just watched that like 2-3 weeks ago.
It's a good movie.
Yeah,
I
agree.
love this. I love to see when
What is it
Morgan Freeman
about?
slaps the shit out of that
What is
white
it
girl. So,
What is it about?
Christopher Reeves plays like this journalist. He's trying to break a story, so he starts falling around this like prostitute and a pimp and everything like that. But I think he ends up kind of falling for the prostitute a little bit, and then once the pimp knew that he was writing about him, all kinds of crazy shit's happening. It's kind of crazy too because Morgan Freeman is like in like the second half of the movie and shit like that too. But still,
Morgan Freeman's playing the pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
of course. It's an
Who's
80s movie,
prostitute?
of course.
Who's the prostitute?
I forgot the white girl.
Oh.
name. I gotta look it up. But
Wow.
it's an underrated role for Christopher Reeves though, because like everyone always know him for Superman and shit, but he does some other shit, you know, while he was still walking and stuff, you know. Hey,
That was
that was a cold.
that was Morgan. Yeah, that was Morgan Freeman's first Oscar nomination. Believe it or not.
A pimp, yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
The other movie I saw Christopher Reeve in before he got the accident. The accident was remember Village of the Damned with the kids?
Yeah.
Remember that? I didn't like that at all. There was nothing scary about that film.
Which one,
I
the
really
remake or the
really
old one?
The reboot, the one with Kirstie Alley was in that.
Never
In
seen
95,
it.
I think I was 95.
Never seen it.
There was nothing like scary about the film, and it's a horror.
No, it wasn't scary at all.
The reason why, because they're focusing on cliches.
Yeah.
Oh well. I really
remember-
get scared from scary movies.
I remember when I was in college, I used to watch this film, and it definitely was in my English class when I was in college, and we watched this film called Othello in college.
Which one? The one with Mekhi Phifer?
No, it's not. It's not the O, not
Oh,
the
okay.
O, but it's like the one based off of William Shakespeare.
Okay.
Is that one? Yeah, Othello. I remember that one, and we also watched the film The Shining. The Shining.
Oh,
Yeah, in college. Yeah,
wow.
That was scary.
yeah.
Got you.
To me, it was more freaky than scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason why, because compared to other horror films, which take place during like nighttime, well, not always, like but nighttime or in some desolate area.
Yeah.
The Shining, to me, is a bit different because instead of focusing on like what happens during the night, a lot of the scary stuff that happens during the day, or it happens in well lit rooms, which
Right.
increases the fear factor. Yeah,
Definitely. All right.
like some call
I'm gonna-
like some call it scary, some call it like kind of humorous because some say they find it scary, some say they find it funny.
Yeah.
It'd be like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna show these last albums before I head out and everything. Shout out to Ashley again for this one. She got me a surprise, I tell you, man. Shit. She got me Little Richard's first album. Here's Little Richard.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Wow. Where should get that from?
19. That's what I'm trying to find. Probably Amazon and shit.
She have to go to Little Richard's estate to get that.
This album came out in 1957. You know what I'm saying? Back when rock and roll was a black thing before the whites took it. This album was known for singles like Tutti Frutti, Long and Tall Sally, Rip It Up, She's Got It, Jenny Jenny, and True Fine Mama. Literally all the songs that all these white rock and rollers covered from him without giving him credit. You know what I'm saying? Um, Fire ass album. This is rock and roll at its finest. Definitely expect a review on this one. You know what I'm saying? Little Richard. Here's Little Richard. Then we just got Jimi Hendrix with the Band of Gypsies. This album came out in 1970. This is the last album he came out with in his lifetime and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So the story with Band of Gypsy, this was like his next kind of group that he was working on and everything like that. After the disbandment of the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Band of Gypsies consists of members like Billy Cox, Buddy Miles, you know what I'm saying, and Jimi Hendrix himself. This is known for songs like Machine Gun, Changes, you know, We Gotta Live Together. You know what I'm saying? This was actually a live album, to be real with you, and shit too. So we've done a review on this album last year, I believe.
Yeah.
So my Jimi Hendrix collection is complete, so I'm grateful for that. All right. This is an album I might get in trouble for, but you know what? I like it. I like this comedian. Some of the stuff he does in his personal life, I'm not really here for. If you did it or whatever, if you're a fan of him or not, people watch this TV show in the 80s. It's Bill Cosby with To Russell, My Brother Whom I Slept With. This album came out in 1968. Shit. Yeah, Bill Cosby. I wonder if I get flagged for this. Yeah, this was a lot of people's favorite stand-up comedy album for a good minute. This is actually the first album he did in a large venue rather than in a nightclub, because you know a lot of black comedians at the time did their shows at nightclubs or just low budget kind of areas and everything like that. You know, this was known for like his long skit called To Russell, My Brother Whom I Slept With, and everything like that. You know, Bill Cosby, you know, him being a storyteller and everything like that. Whether people love him or not, I get it. I get it. Whether people love him or not, whether people feel like he did it, feel like he didn't do it, his work is unmatched. So, yeah, Bill Cosby. Ooh, okay. Then we got the Rhyme Syndicate album. This album came out in 1988. Ice-T's group, his first group, like, or posse, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? This has people like Everlast. Yes, that Everlast. You know what I'm saying? DJ Aladdin, Dub C. You know, it has a good amount of members in this shit. You know what I'm saying? This was known for songs like Rhyme Syndicate, Coming Through, Ghetto Tish, I Need a Rolex, Bustin' Loose. You know what I'm saying? You have people like Low Profile, Spin Masters, Everlast, Tier, TDF, all the motherfuckers and shit like that too. I got this actually from a black-owned record shop in Virginia. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. They actually had some good shit. Not like some of these other records that overpriced on hip-hop albums. Like, I'll find this and some shit for like $80 and shit.
Right.
So last album I want to show y'all tonight is Pete Rock and CL Smooth, all sold out. All sold out. This is actually the EP that they came out with in 1991. Before Mecca and the Soul Brother, and also before Main Ingredient. You know what I'm saying? This one was a very, 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 very dope EP. It was known for songs like The Creator, the Mecca and the Soul Brother song, Go With The Flow. You know what I'm saying? All sold out. Very, very, very dope EP. Definitely expect a review on this one day. You know what I'm saying? So glad I actually got this on vinyl and shit too.
I never seen it on vinyl.
Me neither. I've always seen it on CD.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna actually get it off here because I'm actually about to be over the time.
This is the Othello right there. That's on College.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the
Yeah, I saw
80s
that
one.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank y'all, everybody who showed up. Try Mike, Rayshawn, Cavase, even Michelle. Thank you for showing up. You know what I'm saying? So I got more albums I gotta show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys that throughout the weekend and stuff like that too. That's a little bit of leftovers from the main course and some desserts to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? So Friday, I do plan on pre-recording the Molly Mall review for re-entry, maybe about like 12 o'clock, 12:30. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to show that to y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'll let you know when it happens and everything like that. And other than that, thank y'all
Tell
so much for
BJ I heard I heard the Diddy album.
What you think? What you
Tell
think?
BJ I heard the Diddy album. That's all. If he wants us to talk about it, he got to make his channel. That's the only way I'm
Got
gonna talk
you.
about it. So, BJ, if you're
Got
watching, and I know you're lurking in here, start your YouTube channel so we can talk about this Diddy album. You're dying for us to talk about.
Shit. Other than that, hope everyone has a good night. I'll probably won't be listening to that shit until y'all ready. Y'all tell me to or whatever, but hope everyone has a good night. Make sure y'all subscribe to Try's channel, Mike's channel, Sean's channel. Subscribe to everybody. Lashia's, Cavasis and shit too. Cavase, that podcast looks amazing.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
All right. Peace, Mike.
Peace
Jay
out.
Sean.
Peace, y'all.